Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. We're going to head inside this PGA Tour Superstore and see if there are any golf clubs that we can buy and then sell online for a profit. The parking lot is absolutely packed right now. This could go one of two ways. There could be absolutely nothing in here, or we could walk out with some real treasures. But you know what they say, you miss 100% of the drives that you slice, or at least that's the truth in my case. So let's go ahead inside in here and see what we can find.
All of my channel analytics say that only 33% of y'all make it past the first 30 seconds of any of my videos. If that is you, if you are still here, go ahead and drop a like and make sure that you are subscribed to make sure that this video gets out there to as many golfers as possible. If you've seen any of my videos before, you know that anytime I go inside this PGA store, I'm gonna grab a cart because this place has some absolute steals. If this TaylorMade bag is any indication, we're gonna find some incredible clubs today. I bet some of you didn't know that OGO stands for Our Gear is Organized, and let me tell you, this bomb pop motif is just chef's kiss. I would buy this bag if I needed a new one. I just probably the best bag that I've seen inside the store today. However, this is the worst bag. I'm not a fan of the plaid grandma's couch situation that this brand has going on. Let me know down in the comments if you would game this bag. It's not working for me. Enough dilly daddling. Let's get into the used clubs. That's what you're here for. I started out in the left-handed driver section and did come across this Nike VRS driver. I was a little bit nervous about it, but for $24.99, could not pass this up. The big thing about Nike drivers that you have to look out for is the paint. The red paint on these heads generally chips quite easily, and it's really hard to find a nice one. This one's in really great condition, just a little bit of scratching off the toe, but for $24.99, I should be able to easily get $75 to $100 for this driver. It's going in the cart. It's our first club that we're going to pick up today. Not a lot of driving irons to check out today. They did have this Ping I-525 forged 3 iron for $94.99. These generally look to sell from $125 to maybe $150. It was in immaculate shape. It had a really nice shaft in it. I did decide to pass on it, and this probably would have been my biggest regret for the day if it were not for what you're about to see in a little bit. Before we get to that absolute disaster, what I generally tend to do in a used wedge section is just look at the prices as they're all lined up. For $19.99, this one stood out for me. It's a Cleveland CG16 wedge. It's a 56 degree. The face is in really good shape, and the milling's still there. The sole not too beat up for a sand wedge. For $19.99, you can't beat it. I'm going to take it home with me and try to double up on it on a live auction on stackgolf.com. Continuing through the wedge section, the next one that I found that stood out to me was this $22.99 SM7. I struggled to get it out of the rack. A guy actually came up right behind me. You're going to see his shoes in the left of the screen right there. It's in really good shape, not too bad. A 58 degrees sole's nice. Face has a little bit of wear on it, but I should be able to clean it up for $22.99. That is a steal for a murdered out SM8 with a graphite shaft on it. I know what you're thinking. You got 3 really good deals in the cart so far. What is the disaster that's about to unfold? And ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell you that this iron section will make you cry. I came across a Ping I2 Plus beryllium copper set 3 all the way through pitching wedge with matching serial numbers, matching shafts, stock Ping grips for $370. It's a little high on the price, but collectors buy these things up north of $600, and not 4 iron sets down the row from it, 3 all the way through the sand wedge Ping I2 red dots for $4.99. That's priced up quite high, a little bit out of what a normal flipping range would be. But this set right here through the pitching wedge was in great shape. Right next to it, I thought this was actually pretty funny, a set of I-500s for $400. So the Ping beryllium coppers, which is much older technology, same manufacturer, priced just below what the I-500s would be, and then the red dots priced above the 500s. I wanted to think about it. I didn't want to pull the trigger. I actually had a conversation with a guy as I'm looking through the rest of the iron section here, as we both just could not believe that there were 2 sets of Ping beryllium coppers inside this PGA Tour Superstore. This AP3 set had graphite extra stiff shafts on them, upgraded shafts for $399. That's actually not a bad deal. I did decide to pass on those because I thought, keyword here, I thought I was going to be taking the Ping beryllium coppers home with me, and that gives you a little foreshadowing about what's about to transpire inside this PGA store. I did not put the beryllium coppers in the cart. I was going to let them marinate on me and see if I did want to pick them up. I did see this set of G400 irons for $324, but they were senior flex. I would have picked them up all day long if they were regular flex or stiff flex. The senior market just drastically lowers the amount of potential buyers out there for them. This set of AP2 forged 714s, left-handed 369, that's exactly what they sell for on eBay. Right next to them, a set of G2 Ping irons. This is the whole set. The only thing was that there was a weight missing in one of the cavities. Ping used to send out replacement weights. They don't anymore. I believe they stopped that during COVID. That's just a little tip out there. You can also buy them post-market on eBay if you can find them. I did think it was funny that this Burner 2.0 set was more expensive than the G2s. I would play the G2s all day over the Burner set. That's just my personal preference. I think that Ping just made and still makes a better iron than TaylorMade. Let me know what you think about that down in the comments. I made up my mind. I'm going to go back for the Ping beryllium copper iron set, but on my way, this SM10 caught my eye for $225. I wasn't going to buy it to flip, but I've never seen this club before. If somebody knows, let me know what this is. It looked really valuable. It looked copper. Other than that, I don't know anything about it. So here I am, going to go back, pick up the beryllium coppers. It's my first time buying beryllium coppers, and they're gone. They disappeared right from underneath me. I have not left the used club section. I'm looking left. I'm looking right. I'm looking in the hitting bay. Did someone pick them up? I don't know where they've gone. And it is an absolute tragedy. I've never felt more frustrated with myself that I did not put them in my cart. Nothing hurts more than missing out on a deal or at least a collector's item like beryllium coppers when you could have had them at a really good price. The only thing that made me feel better was finding this Peretti putter, and I've never seen one of these in person before. I've never seen this model before, but it was in incredible shape. I've seen them sell for a ton of money, and I could not find any comps, but for $159, I'm definitely taking this home with me and going to take a gamble on it. So at the end of the day, here's what I picked up today: 2 wedges, 1 Nike driver, and the Peretti putter. I think that that putter could be worth a ton of money. I honestly have not looked it up yet. I'll throw a comp up on the screen now. I did take a pit stop at the used hat section. These were all around $20, not enough for me to safely buy and then flip them on a live auction, but it was really cool to see that there's a whole bunch of steals if you are in the market for a golf hat. Plus, my wife would kill me if I came home with another golf hat, and it's got something to do with what's on my head right now, but we are going to talk about that in the next video. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and until the next video, hit 'em straight.